So I stopped the video earlier because I had to just rearrange my setup. I actually put this box here to make my dock cam a little higher, just because I wanted the light on so you could see my pencil marks better, and I realized that trying to take a video with this light was not good for my eyes, nor was it good for the camera angle for you guys to view my face and everything. Um, so I'm going to go through just all the different measuring. So we finished off with measuring out the eye spacing. And so there's a couple different things we can do here. So one of the things, and I'm actually going to pull up a couple of my resources that I have on another site, just because there's a couple different ways we can do this. And I'm trying to think. For me, I like to measure things out by just lining it up, because I feel like, I don't know, all faces are a little different, unique. So the spacing, I get it. Most of us have the same exact spacing. So one of the things that the nose rests on the chin, so right here, so probably right around here actually. So the chin line and the eye line, so technically right here, okay? So halfway in between here and there. So I'd say about right here, right around there. So that's one way. Another way is some people measure the spacing of the eye, and it's that and a half of it. But as you can see, let's do that again. Take my pencil, pinch, rotate. So it's about half. It's about half. So there's a couple different options, a couple different ways, okay? Doesn't matter. So now I have the spacing for my nose, and then for the mouth is halfway between bottom of the nose and the chin. So right there, right? Now we could go in and draw out the spacing for our eyes. So that's the reason why I have my camera up, and it kind of stinks because I can make this a little bigger just so I could see better. Sorry, arranging my whole entire life / screen. So if I'm looking at just, oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, I guess I have to click on photo booth to resume. I can't have multiple screens up. Okay, so one way with making an eye is I can go in and put a half point line in and go in, and I'm using a pretty dark pencil just because I want you guys to be able to see, but I don't recommend it. So halfway point, go in, and just lay out the spacing, okay? I'm going to lay out this as well. This is going to be erased and made differently. This is so I can lay out the spacing for my nostrils. So some people say that the corner of that, so from your circle of your eye, corner of that, that's the edge of your nostrils. And actually I'm looking and I'm realizing, yeah, that does make sense. But it also makes it look like my nose space is really big. Maybe I do have a big nose. I don't know. So I don't know if I do or not. So now I have my spacing. Looks pretty big. But I want to go in and just also define some other spaces. So my eyebrows, right here, I want to define that space, is they come also right around that point. Now I have very light eyebrows. So this is where my eyebrow line should be. I'm just laying out spacing. It's all about spacing. And then, so we talked about the spacing between here. So it's not the actual bridge. The spacing between here is the same size as my eye. Okay. I want to also create that indent for my bridge of my nose. But I'm going to work on a couple things here. So I have a couple tutorial videos. I didn't make them. There are other people on YouTube that have made them, and there's 3 different formats that I can do. And one of my favorites is doing a geometric layout of different spaces. So we have our cheekbones here. We have our lips, we have our chin, I have a round chin, so I'd use a circle there. There's all these different things that I can use to kind of divide the space up and see, like right here is my temple area, so that is a different plane compared to my forehead. So I want to create those spaces so I don't just look flat. I don't want to look flat on this. I want to have some curvature. So I'm going to start laying out some of my spacing. So I know that about right here, that's where my temple starts to curve. So I'm going to lay out that spacing. Okay. I also have, for my forehead, there's a triangle piece that goes in, and then I have another one that it's like a trapezoid that comes out. So I want to lay out those as well. So actually, this is technically like a trapezoid. And it lines up with the top of my eyebrows. And then I have, this is a different space than that. I'm all about just drawing out. So this is the bottom of my nose. I'm all about measuring, drawing things out accurately. But also kind of just, it's like that whole blind contour method. The more you look at yourself or whatever you're drawing, the more you look at it, the better it's going to turn out on this paper. So make sure you are practicing that. And it's kind of nice because I have 2 screens here that I can see myself and also see what I'm drawing. So that ends up working out pretty well. Now I'm going to go in with my other trapezoid here to kind of lay out my bridge. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. I look like a deer. Just in time. Well, it's Thanksgiving time right now for me, so I guess not in time. And then, oh, this is where it's gonna bother me because I know that this curves out more. It's not going to be super accurate right off the bat. No, that's not how it works. Yikes. You just gotta go with it, okay? So you can either do circles, right now. I'm just gonna do that right now. Okay. And then I'm gonna go in I want to lay out my cheekbones. So right here's the corner of my eye. As you can see, I have like a dip there, and then it goes up again. So I want to kind of mimic dip and then back up. And we'll make this more curved with my face. I'm just laying out the space, the planes of where they shift. And then I also notice that I round down. So this is just my random method of, it's a random method of madness, honestly. I'm just drawing out the planes as I see them, the different spaces, how I notice the shift. Some people don't do it this way. I'm just doing it like that. Just so I can, when it comes time to coloring it or shading it, whatever I'm doing, I can lay it out. And I see shift there, a little section here, there's a shift there. And this way it will help with defining these areas like my nose and my lips. So I got a little circle there, measure, comes off there. And so the corner of your lips go straight up through your eyes. So this. Come down. Like I said, this video could be absolute success with teaching my students, because that's honestly what I'm making this video for. Who I'm making this video for. It's not for anyone else but them, really. So it could be an awesome success or just a complete failure. I like using YouTube resources, but I feel like, I don't know, there's some things that are missing with the content, and with my students, I feel like I want them to also be able to reference what I'm doing and the process I'm going through, because that's one of their standards I teach them on, is this critical thinking process. So I want them to see not only what other people are going through, what they're thinking through, but also the process to my madness and what I think of when I'm drawing these things out. Okay? All right. And this is why I teach Cubism, synthetic and analytical Cubism first to like my fundamental classes, because in order to see that process and that critical thinking process, these types of works, drawing things out realistically, make more sense when you learn about two different thought processes with artists. So, more you know. Okay. So I'm also, my lips, like the crease ends there. This is where my actual lip starts. And I'm just putting in the space. I'm not going to worry about the craziness of it. Just laying in the space. You can go back in later and define it. Okay. Oh, goodness. Drawing these things out. Again, anxiety. Coffee to deal with anxiety. Drawing out myself. Drawing out faces, anatomy, anything like that. It's hard for me. This is not like my favorite thing in the world. I am literally going out of my comfort zone to provide a great education to my students. I want to make sure they have all the toolboxes they need, even if it makes me uncomfortable. So coffee to deal with anxiety. All right. So next up, I have my cheeks here, kind of go down. So I'm taking my laugh lines. So they come straight down here, and that helps divide up my space. Like I said, you do not have to draw it out this way. I am, because this is my thought process. I'm giving as many tools as I can with your guys' thought process. All right. Weirdly enough, it looks like me, but all right. What else is there for dividing up our spaces? All I can think of right now, I'm just, as I stare at myself, I think I'm gonna just get into the details, which will be the kind of the next video. I am noticing that I do have like right in the middle of that eyebrow space, so I do want to lightly define that area. So when I go to shade or enter in with this project, I'm gonna probably do oil pastels. So the blending is going to be different, but I think that is it for space-wise. Defining everything else is like a detail. It's just detail. So with that being said, this will conclude just the construction of my face here. Next video will be deconstructing those shapes into organic form, which will be my face, the curves, cheekbones, highlights, shadowing, things like that, and then going in with oil pastel for details. All right, see you guys next video.